Hi, welcome back for another video. This one's going to try to accomplish two things. One's going to be a quick update on the Rubo bench, and the other one's going to be involving a CBN wheel that I recently got for my 8-inch bench grinder. As far as the Rubo bench goes, I am going to start releasing more videos on that very soon. I'm just working through the video editing right now. The stage I'm at currently is going to involve a lot of chiseling because I'm going to create a walnut end cap with some houndstooth dovetails on this front laminate for the split top Rubo bench. And that's going to require some really sharp chisels. And a lot of my chisels are getting to the point where they need to be reground with the primary bevel so that I can easily just grind a secondary bevel onto it to sharpen very quickly. So I'm going to install it, use it a little bit to refurbish all my chisels back to the primary bevel, and let you know what I think about the CBN wheel for the 8-inch grinder I've got. Okay, so let's just get this wheel opened up here. I guess it's going to come with some flanges for the 5/8 arbor and some washers to help stabilize it. And this is what the wheel looks like. They are heavy, but I chose the 80 grit wheel, flat against the face, and you can actually use the edges of it to grind things flat on the sides as well. Unlike a conventional grinding wheel, it's unsafe to grind against the edge because the wheel might actually break apart or explode on you, but that's what it looks like. So I am going to keep my Veritas grinding jig because it articulates very well. You can actually slide it up and down and move the angle to get whatever angle you need for grinding. And the opening on it is 1 inch wide, which actually is a little bit over 1 inch. So the new CBN wheel that is 1 inch wide will slide into that the same way that the stock ceramic wheel will on my bench grinder. So we'll keep all that. Let's replace this wheel. And well, I guess while we're in here, we'll clean up some of this old stuff that's been ground off from various things over the last little while. As you can see from this diagram, the installation is pretty simple. You've got the grinder shaft, you've got these wheel flanges, and a spring washer, as well as the stock nut that was on the grinder. So let's install it and get this on the machine. So I went ahead and actually did grind out this jig here a little bit because I thought that wheel was only 1 inch wide like a standard ceramic wheel, but it isn't. It's about 1.5 inches wide, so I did have to make this wider, but I just used the other wheel to do that and this tool rest. Now I've got the angle set up for 20 degrees. That way I'll be able to grind my secondary bevels on all the chisels and planes to a standard 25 degrees very easily. Let's go and actually start to grind a bunch of chisels down to get that primary bevel reestablished at 20 degrees. All right, so safety glasses on, a mask on, and hearing protection. So that's slightly warm, but it's definitely not hot. When you do grind a lot away all at once, it does actually heat up a little bit. So just to make sure I don't destroy the temper on the edge, I am going to cool it off in a bit of water here. So I just went and reestablished that primary bevel on, I guess, 11 chisels here. I've got these Veritas PMV 11s and these big box store Huskies, which I assume are either A2 or O1. I don't really know, but I did notice you get sparks on that CBN wheel with these ones and nothing with the PMV 11. And actually these ones tend to be quieter. The Huskies tend to make the CBN wheel ring a little bit and really start to scream and make some noise. The PMV11s didn't seem to do that quite to the same extent. But what did I notice? I noticed that the CBN wheel most definitely could grind away more material faster. It's very aggressive. It's a 80 grit wheel, and I've been using a 60 grit wheel for the ceramic type, but it just doesn't remove material nearly as fast. Like I went through these 11 chisels in about 8 or 9 minutes. It really didn't take me very long whatsoever. This CBN wheel runs much cooler. I was quenching some of the chisels in some water to cool them down. As I was grinding away a lot of material, I was finding that although I could probably still hold on to it, it was just getting a little bit too hot for my comfort level. So I did quench them a little bit in some water, more so I could hold on to them, but I did not get any indication of the edge of the tool steel becoming blue or I'm losing the temper like you can so easily do with any standard grinder wheel or with the ceramic ones as well. So I really like it so far. It made things very fast, and because the wheel is flat or straight across that leading edge of it, I found that it was very easy to maintain a really nice 90-degree orientation on the edge of the tool. So yeah, I think that CBN wheel is going to be a very nice addition to the shop. So if you're thinking about getting one, I've got very limited use obviously, but my first impressions are really, really good. So until next time, go build something beautiful.